Okay, well, thanks for joining us, guys. So just quickly, we've got, something like 15 minutes. You've got 1 minute each to tell us a bit about your firms and what it is that you do. Philippe, if you'd like to start.
Hello, good evening. I am the managing partner of Partech Ventures. What we basically do, we manage several funds. Up to now, we are managing funds that were transatlantic funds investing in California and Europe. And we recently launched a new initiative. We launched the first Pan-African VC firm. We did the first close in December 2017, but I'm thinking we'll come back to that.
David?
Yeah, my name is David Goldberg. I'm the CEO of Founders Pledge. Founders Pledge is a charity that I set up that works with entrepreneurs, and we help founders, investors, and VCs to give back by asking them to pledge a percentage of their exit proceeds to charity when they've actually made money. So we're trying to get entrepreneurs to think about what the future might hold for them philanthropically and start to make this commitment to give back straight away.
Okay. So, I mean, founders aren't, billionaires, at least not to begin with. They're not fat cats or people that, people might expect or want to give charity and sharing this way. Why are you picking on entrepreneurs, or selecting entrepreneurs rather than going for the CEOs of major companies who are also incredibly wealthy, and they're wealthy already, they've got the money?
Really good question. So we picked founders and startup founders for a couple of reasons. We're asking founders of private companies to commit to give when they're going to have a significant liquidity event. So the startup sector tends to have faster liquidity at much larger amounts than sort of larger businesses do with their profits. And I guess more importantly, it's about the way that entrepreneurs think, the way they use data, the way they try to quantify and understand and iterate around problems and solutions. And the thinking was that if we can get a really smart group of entrepreneurs thinking about the world in a more quantitative way, the way they do their businesses, think about their charity quantitatively, then we could influence the way they give in a really positive way that skews towards higher impact as opposed to higher emotional satisfaction. So all else equal, I'd rather see more impact than more catharsis.
And Philippe, you've worked with dozens of founders. You sit on the board of 8 startups, if your website is up to date. Is there something unique about founders that means that they should give more or be more inclined to do so?
Well, first, there is a new trend in Europe for years with a high level of taxation rates. A lot of people didn't feel obliged or even didn't think of giving. I think it's changing a lot. It's changing for several reasons. First, we begin to have real success. Then I think, for once, the US have really shown the way. The trends came from the US, and I see more and more founders that wants to give. For example, with our African initiative, we had several of our former founders that came to see us and says, okay, we think that this initiative is very important for Africa. We are going, some of that, we commit 1 million to your fund because we think it's very, very important.
But ultimately, this is more like an impact investment. It's not a charity. They're looking for the return as well as doing good at the same time.